We're going to address a critical issue today: the impending food shortages, which are already affecting many parts of the globe. This video will explore 6 essential food items you should stockpile in order to prepare for your family. The information provided is based on current data and expert opinion. Rice is a staple food that is important worldwide, but especially in Asia, where it provides the main source of nutrition for billions. Several factors could lead to a rice shortage in August 2024. It is important to know the current situation and what's behind the disruptions. India, the world's largest rice exporter, recently implemented export restrictions. India implemented these measures to ensure a sufficient supply of rice at home following an abnormally poor monsoon that had a significant impact on production. The immediate impact of the export restrictions is evident in the 20% increase in global rice prices. Asia, which is a major rice-producing region, faces severe climate challenges. Thailand and Vietnam are 2 of the biggest exporters, after India. They have reported lower yields as a result of prolonged droughts and unexpected flooding. These weather anomalies disrupted both planting and harvesting. Climate patterns that result in lower than expected outputs are more common, experts warn. This threatens future production. A number of technological and infrastructure issues also exacerbate the problem. The aging irrigation systems in the key production areas cannot cope with the increased demands caused by unpredictable weather. Researchers are working to develop rice varieties that are drought-resistant and yield-boosting. The widespread adoption of these innovations is not only promising, but also requires a lot of time and money. Economic factors play an important role. The cost of producing rice has increased due to rising fuel and fertilizer costs. The local currencies of the countries that import rice depreciate, making it more expensive for consumers. This economic strain is most evident in low-income countries that heavily rely on rice imports for their population's food. The political instability of some rice-producing areas adds a new layer of complexity. Myanmar, an important rice exporter, is currently experiencing political turmoil, which has disrupted agricultural activities and export flow. These disruptions cause immediate shortages and long-term uncertainty in the global rice markets. Strategic rice reserves, as a buffer, have become increasingly important. For instance, China and Japan possess substantial reserves that can mitigate the effects of worldwide price fluctuations and ensure food security. However, maintaining these reserves requires substantial investment and a robust management strategy. The significance of international cooperation and policy intervention is critical. Organizations such as the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, and the International Rice Research Institute, IRI, work on global initiatives that improve rice production sustainability and resilience. These efforts include promoting modern agricultural practices, improving supply chain efficiency, and encouraging collaborative research. Many households rely on canned tuna because of its nutritional value, convenience, and long shelf life. Several factors are responsible for the current dynamics of the canned tuna market. Overfishing is the first factor that has had a negative impact on tuna populations. Pacific bluefin, for example, is overfished, and stocks are at historic lows. The International Commission for the Conservation of Atlantic Tunas, for example, has imposed strict quotas in an effort to rebuild stocks. However, illegal and unreported fisheries continue to undermine this effort. Climate change has a significant impact on tuna habitats. The rising sea temperatures and ocean acidification are affecting tuna distribution and breeding patterns. Water has also forced tuna populations into cooler regions. This has disrupted traditional fishing grounds and led to an increase in competition and conflict. The canned tuna sector faces significant logistical and financial challenges. Fuel prices have recently increased, which has pushed up the cost of fishing operations. The combination of higher canning material prices, such as aluminum, has resulted in a significant increase in production costs. In turn, retail prices of canned tuna increased, increasing the cost to consumers. A labor shortage also plagues the fishing industry. Although the COVID-19 pandemic has led to a reduction in the workforce, many processing and fishing plants still struggle to reach full capacity. As a result, There has been lower output and delays in the supply chain. The need for sustainably sourced products is increasing as consumer preferences shift. The Marine Stewardship Council's certification is a preferred choice for many consumers. While this shift to sustainability is beneficial for the environment, it often comes at a higher cost, which further influences retail prices. Geopolitical tensions also add to the uncertainty. Major economies' trade restrictions and tariffs have disrupted the supply chain, making it challenging to import and export canned tuna. Trade disputes between countries like China and the United States can have a wide-ranging impact. Also noteworthy are the technological advances in processing and fishing. Satellite tracking and advanced sonar systems can make fishing more efficient, potentially reducing overfishing. These technologies are costly and only available to large, wealthy companies. This leaves smaller fisheries at a disadvantage. The health concerns about mercury levels in tuna are still influencing consumer behavior. Although canned tuna is still popular, consumers are becoming more aware of the health risks that come with high mercury levels. The market has grown for alternative and lower mercury seafood products. Almond milk is a popular alternative to cow's milk and faces many production challenges. Environmental and economic issues primarily cause these challenges. California, the state that produces 80% of all almonds in the world, has experienced severe droughts over several years. Water scarcity in California has resulted in reduced almond production since almond trees need a lot of water to grow. The state's water scarcity has forced some farmers to clear almond orchards in order to conserve water and divert resources to other crops. This decrease in almond production has a direct impact on the availability and price of almond milk. Another critical issue is almond milk's water footprint. A gallon of almond milk uses approximately 920 gallons, making it the most water-intensive plant-based milk. More and more people are scrutinizing this high water consumption, particularly in drought-prone areas like California. To reduce the impact of water on resources, advocates argue for more sustainable farming practices. Economic factors play a part. The rising cost of almonds due to lower yields has led to an increase in almond milk prices. Consumers bear this cost, making almond milk more expensive than other plant-based products like soy and oat. Almond butter, almond snacks, and other almond-based products are in high demand, which further exacerbates supply problems for almond milk. Pest infestations pose an additional threat to almond production. Pests, such as the navel orangeworm, can cause significant damage to almond orchards. Pesticides are required to manage these pests, raising environmental and health issues. Organic almond farming that avoids synthetic pesticides faces greater challenges in managing pest populations. This often results in lower yields. It is still a hot topic to debate the sustainability of almond milk, which offers a vegan and lactose-free alternative to dairy products. We cannot ignore the environmental impact of almond milk. To address this issue, researchers are exploring innovative agricultural practices such as drought-resistant varieties of almonds and more efficient irrigation systems. Researchers are also exploring alternative sources of plant-based dairy, including peas and hemp, that may provide more sustainable options with a lower water requirement. Almond milk is still a popular option for its nutritional value and taste, despite these challenges. It's low in calories, and it contains no cholesterol. This makes it a healthier option for most consumers. Fortified almond milk contains essential nutrients like calcium and vitamin D, which are vital for bone health. Consumers' growing awareness of environmental issues is pushing for more sustainable production methods. Brands with sustainable production and sourcing methods will likely gain popularity among environmentally conscious consumers. Transparent certification and labeling, like organic and non-GMO certifications, help consumers make informed decisions about products. Olive oil production in Europe, particularly in Spain and Italy, is facing several challenges that are causing a reduction in output and an increase in prices. Pest infestations severely affected olive crop production. Olive fruit flies, an important pest, lay eggs in the olive fruit. The larvae then feed on the olives and make them unsuitable for oil production. This has resulted in a 25% decrease in olive oil production this year. Olive moths and other pests have exacerbated the losses, further stressing the industry. Olive trees are also more susceptible to pests and disease due to rising temperatures and irregular rain patterns. The combination of pests and bad weather forced many farmers to increase their pesticide use, which increased production costs and impacted the environment. These production problems have had a significant impact on market prices. Olive oil's price has increased by 40% in the last year, increasing its cost to consumers. The price rise is not just due to a reduced supply, but also because of the increased costs associated with managing pest infestations and adapting to climate conditions. Maria Fernandez, an agricultural expert, suggests that consumers diversify their oil sources. These issues may not affect alternatives like canola oil and sunflower oil, as they are more readily available and have a more stable price. However, these oils don't offer the same health benefits or flavor profile as olive oil. It is rich in monounsaturated fatty acids and antioxidants. The sustainability of olive oil production is another important issue. Intense farming techniques to increase yields may deplete soil nutrients or water resources and cause long-term sustainability issues in agriculture. To reduce the environmental impact and ensure long-term viability, some producers turn to integrated pest management and organic farming. These methods require more work and are therefore more expensive, contributing to the higher price of sustainably and organically produced olive oil. We are using technological advances to improve the sustainability and efficiency of olive oil production. Precision agriculture techniques, such as drone monitoring and soil moisture sensors, help to optimize water usage and improve pest management measures. These technologies can be promising, but they require a substantial investment. This can be an obstacle for smaller producers. Geopolitical factors also influence the olive oil market. Tariffs and trade agreements between countries that produce and consume olive oil can cause price and availability fluctuations. Recent trade policy changes have affected the export and import dynamics of olive oils, adding another layer to the market's complexity. Some regions are working to cultivate varieties of olives that are resistant to pests or adverse weather conditions. This effort aims to stabilize production and decrease dependence on chemical inputs. There is also a growing desire to explore new olive growing areas that might be better suited for changing climate conditions. Peanut butter is a staple food in many homes. Several factors affect its production and availability. Recent trends and statistics reveal some important facts about its current status. Climate change poses a significant challenge to peanut butter production. Recent data indicates that extreme weather events, such as prolonged dry spells and severe flooding, have had a significant impact on peanut crops. In the U.S. Southeast region, a major peanut growing area, yields were down 20% this season because of unpredictable weather patterns. This weather pattern not only affects the quality of peanuts, but also reduces their quantity. It can lead to fluctuations in both supply and price. The rising cost of agricultural inputs is another issue. The price of pesticides and fertilizers, which are essential to maintaining healthy peanut crop health, has increased due to geopolitical tensions and disruptions in supply chains. These consumers directly absorb this price increase, leading to a surge in peanut butter sales. The labor shortage in the agriculture industry exacerbates this issue, as there are fewer workers to plant, harvest, and tend peanut crops. Pest infestations are another significant problem. Peanut plants are vulnerable to pests such as peanut root knot nematodes and lesser cornstalk borers, which can cause significant crop losses. Effective pest control can be expensive and damaging to the environment. Peanut butter production is a very energy-intensive process, starting with shelling and roasting peanuts up to the final product. Each step involves a significant energy input. The price of peanut spread has increased due to rising energy costs. Consumers are becoming more concerned about sustainability. The demand for organic peanut butter is increasing. We produce this product without using synthetic pesticides and fertilizers. Organic farming practices can lead to lower yields, higher costs, and therefore higher prices. Furthermore, consumers are adopting sustainable packaging, opting for recyclable or biodegradable containers, thereby driving up production costs. The nutritional benefits of peanut butter continue to make it popular. Peanut butter is a great source of protein, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. Innovating product formulations, such as reduced sugar or high protein versions, caters to health conscious customers and expands the market. International trade dynamics also influence the global peanut butter market. Tariffs, trade agreements, and the relationship between major producers and consumers can influence the flow of peanuts. Trade tensions between China and the US, for example, have led to changes in global export and import patterns. Numerous challenges in coffee production impact global supply and prices. The rising production cost is one of the most important factors. Due to supply chain disruptions and increased demand from other sectors, the cost of agricultural inputs such as fertilizers has risen. Consumers bear the brunt of these rising costs, leading to higher retail prices. Another critical issue is the shortage of workers in coffee-producing regions. Due to urban migration and an aging agricultural workforce, a decline in labor availability is a problem for countries like Brazil and Colombia. This shortage of workers increases labor costs and decreases harvesting efficiency, which further drives up production costs. Technological advancements play a key role in addressing these challenges. Precision agriculture techniques such as satellite imagery and drones help maximize resource usage and increase crop yields. These technologies enable farmers to monitor crop health and apply fertilizer and water more efficiently. They also reduce waste. The adoption of these technologies has been uneven. Larger farms have benefited more than smaller farms. In the coffee industry, farm sustainability initiatives are becoming increasingly important. Fair Trade and Rainforest Alliance certificates guarantee the production of coffee in an environmentally and socially responsible manner. Consumers are willing to pay more for certified coffee because it provides better working conditions and wages for farmers. The certification process is expensive and lengthy, which can pose a challenge to smaller producers. Geopolitical issues also influence the coffee market. Trade agreements and tariffs between major coffee-producing countries and coffee-consuming nations can affect the flow of coffee. Changes in the trade policy between the United States and Latin American countries may lead to changes in coffee availability and prices. Climate change is a long-term threat to coffee production. The suitability of coffee-growing areas is changing due to changes in temperature and precipitation patterns. Some farmers move their plantations higher up to avoid rising temperatures. This requires significant investment and adaptation. Changing consumer preferences also influence the market. Specialty coffee is in high demand due to its unique flavor and superior quality. We encourage farmers to invest in more advanced cultivation and processing methods to keep up with this trend. Additionally, global economic conditions, such as currency fluctuations and inflation, are impacted by coffee prices. A stronger US dollar may make coffee prices more expensive in other countries. Inflation can also increase retail prices and production costs.